Chicago Bears take on the Houston Texans at home in Week 3. So let's talk about this matchup. What is going on, y'all? Faiz Sports Style back at it with another video talking, of course, some NFL here to talk about the Chicago Bears. So if you're a Bears fan, guys, hit the big red subscribe button down below. Make sure to follow me on all my social media platforms. As always, guys, hit the bell icon so you're notified every time I drop a new video. All right, so here we go. Preview video for you guys. Going to break down this matchup, kind of my keys in this game, and ultimately give you guys a score prediction at the very end of who I believe wins this matchup. So let's jump into it. All right, as we always do, let's start with some of the numbers here. So the Chicago Bears are 3-point favorites in this game against the Houston Texans. The first time this season the Bears have been favored. Remember, they weren't favored against the 49ers or the Packers. And the over-under in this game is 40, so fairly low scoring matchup is what Vegas is predicting, and that's, you know, makes sense here. We are not talking about high-powered offenses, if you will, between both of these teams. It is interesting to me because this is kind of the start of where the Bears, they might be favored in a number of these games because their schedule just got a lot more favorable. The first two games were against very, very tough teams, very good defenses, and so now the schedule lightens up. That doesn't mean to take these teams easy, but just pointing that out for you guys. So with the Houston Texans, right, the Houston Texans are coming into this game against a loss with the Denver Broncos. They're actually 0-1-1. They had a tie with the Colts in Week 1, and then they lost to the Broncos. All right, so they're a winless team, but they do have a tie in there. And so with the Texans, just like any other opponent that would be inferior to the Bears in terms of what the Vegas spread is saying, I am not going to take the Texans lightly. I'm just not going to do it. And they've shown, again, a Colts team that was expected to be the best team in the division. They tied the game with them. And then the Broncos team, it was a close game, folks. The Texans had their chances to win that matchup. So Lovie Smith, former Bears coach, has really come in here with the Texans and made them a tough team. They play hard. They fight, and they aren't a team that just rolls over once you punch them in the mouth. So this Texans team will play hard. Fortunately for the Chicago Bears, though, this is by far the worst opponent we face, right? They are significantly, significant of a downgrade from the Packers and the 49ers. In terms of, let's start with the defense itself, okay? The Texans, their defense isn't very good. They're poor at stopping the run. Their defensive line isn't very good. And we just saw, the running backs that they did face kind of, get what they wanted with them. Now, Jonathan Taylor in Week 1, he's arguably the best running back in football. He averaged over 5.5 yards to carry, 5.2 actually. Had over 150 rushing yards, okay? And then Javonte Green and Melvin Gordon in Week 2, 5 yards to carry for Javonte, 4.7 yards to carry for Melvin Gordon. So this Texans team cannot stop the run. And you know what I'm going to say here is the game plan is probably going to be you run the football with David Montgomery. But I need to throw in a wrinkle here, okay? I need to throw in a wrinkle. I need to see Justin Fields throw the ball more. Yes, winning the game is important to me, but development's more important. I sound like a broken record. I know, but what I'm trying to tell you is a little bit more balance here. Maybe like 60-40, 70-30, focused on the run. And that could also mean Justin Fields design runs. But yeah, I need a heavy dose of Monty in this game because the numbers just scream that the Texans aren't going to be able to stop the run. So Monty, who had a monster game last week against the Packers, 15 carries for 122 yards, feed him the football, get it in his belly, let him do the work. But also, I need to see Justin Fields go ahead and sit back in the pocket and throw. And the Texans' offensive line isn't very good. They don't get a lot of pressure on the quarterback. And in terms of, the pressures, only 8 through 2 games, which is pretty low. And then tackling as well. They're the worst tackling team in the league, just 27 tackles in their first 2 games. So Justin Fields isn't going to face the pressure that he faced when the 49ers were there and when the Packers were there because they have great pass rushes. The Texans don't. So to me, offensive game plan is very straightforward. Run the football, play action, so Justin Fields can get those throws in, bootleg, let him sit in the pocket. But yeah, that's really going to be the game plan here. Let's just keep it very simple. That's how you win this game on the offensive side. As far as the defense, Davis Mills had 2 touchdowns that first game, then no touchdowns in the next game. He's got over 400 yards passing and 2 touchdowns and no picks in the first 2 games. He's okay. But we know Davis Mills is not a mobile quarterback. We saw the pass rush get to Aaron Rodgers in week 2, and I need the same thing to happen here. Pressure Davis Mills, Travis Gibson, Robert Quinn. This D-line is pretty nasty. And the Bears can get to Davis Mills, and they need to because he can't run. He's not a mobile quarterback. He likes to sit back in that pocket. So as long as you pressure him, I think we should be good to go here. The only receiver on the Texans that really scares me is Brandon Cooks. So as long as you make sure that he doesn't go off, right, put Jalen Johnson on him, he should be fine. Other than that, they don't have a lot of weapons. Now, we saw the Bears struggle to stop the run last week against Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon. But the Texans' running back core isn't very good. Dameon Pierce is a rookie. Now, he did have 15 carries for almost 70 yards last week against Broncos. But I don't think he's going to be, having a game like Aaron Jones or A.J. Dillon. You just got to make sure to respect it and, make sure that he doesn't kill you, and he probably won't. And then you got Rex Burkhead, who's not a grinder. He's more of a pass-catching RB. So overall, folks, on paper, it looks to be a matchup in which the Bears are at home. They're favored. They should win this game. They're the better team overall, I believe. They have a better defense. And offensively, I know they haven't shown much, but there's a chance that they can do more in this game just because of how porous the Texans defense is. Overall, I'm going to go ahead and say the Bears can win this game, and they will win this game. I have them winning by a final score of 21-14. So I need the Bears to kind of put up some points here. I don't have them projected for a lot, but baby steps here as we progress through it. So to me, Bears, run the football, play action, bootlegs. Let's get Mooney involved. Let's get Kmet involved. Let's get our offense back in sync. Run, pass, a little bit more of a balance, more tilted towards the run because the Texans can't stop it. And then on defense, very simple, pressure Davis Mills, make sure Brandon Cooks doesn't go off, and respect the run. So there you have it, folks. My keys to the game, 21-14, the Chicago Bears win and move to 2-1 on the season. Let me know what you guys think. Leave a comment down below. Give me your predictions for week 3. Bears, Texans, as always. Thanks for watching.